I secretly dropped poison into my wife's water. Pretending to be calm, I handed her the cup. I made up an excuse to leave, but I stayed hidden. I watched her drink it all. The poison had no taste. 8 hours later, her heart would stop. No trace left behind. Every symptom looked like a heart attack. It wasn't long before she stopped breathing. I put on a mask of grief. When everyone left that night, I rushed to meet my new lover. We planned everything. Once the autopsy was clear, the fortune would be mine. Then my phone rang. The police told me that her body had disappeared from the mortuary. My girlfriend and I froze on the spot. She thought it was a trap, but I knew I didn't fail. I had to see it myself. At the morgue, I heard the guard ran out of the woods half an hour ago. He was hit by a car and left unconscious. The strange thing was, the camera showed him running in fear. Every other camera was destroyed, and one body was missing from the morgue. It was my wife's body. Hearing that, I felt relieved. It meant my secret was safe. While the officers stepped away, I called my lover. I told her to check on the guard at the hospital. Then I deleted the call. Locked inside for hours, I grew restless. I demanded to leave. The lights suddenly went out. The whole building went dark. A sudden sound came from the mortuary. I followed it inside. On her locker was a metal box. Inside were her belongings and an empty sealed bag. One cabinet was open. I lit a match and nearly froze in fear. My poison bottle was inside. Before I could react, the lights came back on. I quickly shoved the poison bottle into my pocket. The officers walked in. They saw the cabinet was broken open, and the box should have been inside. They asked why I was there. I insisted I touched nothing, but they found a phone missing. My nerves gave me away. I handed over everything except the bottle. They pinned me against the wall and searched. The bottle was found. The label showed it came from my lab. I said I just picked it up. My phone rang. The police made me answer the call in front of them. I pretended it was my sister and hung up fast. Once in the bathroom, I called my lover again. She confirmed the guard was still unconscious. It seemed the police were telling the truth. I told her someone must know our secret. She swore she told no one. Then she asked if I leaked it in my sleep. My chest tightened. I did have a habit of talking in my sleep. Maybe my wife had known all along. I washed my face to calm down. Then I saw a letter on the window. It was an invitation to a business gala. On the back were the words, "Close your eyes, I'm still by your side." Fear gripped me. I remembered that invite. I lied that night and sent her alone. Maybe she never slept at all. I tore the letter, shoved it into the toilet, only to find the toilet was broken. A police officer walked in. I forced myself to pull the shredded paper from the toilet. Then I swallowed it, piece by piece. My lover called again. I hid in a room to answer. But on the table, I saw a bracelet. It had my lover's name and address on it. On the windowsill sat the cup she drank the poison from. My heart sank. She was standing behind me, staring.